Hello everyone, welcome to our summary of round 2 from the Tata Steel 2022. And okay, well, it was a little eventful day. Two, I would say, important games to mention, the decisive one. One very strange one, which I'm actually going to start with, and this is the extremely strange stuff in the end game in the game between Rapport against Van Foyst. Very strange. Let's start with that, and then we will get to discuss the Carlsen-Giri game, which I thought was quite special. The rivalry between them, well, is quite, let's say this, I don't think they are in love with each other or sending chocolate and flowers to the other one birthday. Especially, I think, after the World Blitz and Rapid 2-3 weeks ago, where after Giri beat Carlsen with the black pieces, he winked. We remember this very cool wink after it. Man, that was not as, I don't know, I guess Magnus maybe got angry. And today we've seen Magnus playing, I think, great theoretical line, novelties from his preparation. Giri almost always better prepared than anyone, not today, and it was pretty much wiped off the board by Magnus. That was very strange. Giri lost. We'll see how this tournament shapes for him. Most of the other games were quite peaceful. I will mention the opening in Mamederov against Esipenko right after this endgame. Okay, so Rapport lost yesterday to Doda. We have seen this game, and actually Van Foyst beat Grandelius, and we have this endgame that I think should be a draw. I guess so. I believe so. The interesting part is what happened here. For some very strange reason, before that, I'll just mention it was a minimal advantage game for Rapport, like really minimal. For people that remember old classical players, it is something like the way that Anderson used to play, maybe, I don't know, Kramnik in his great days, or Carlsen sometimes, but it was really nothing. It's a show about nothing, huh? Anyway, we got into this position, and I cannot explain. Maybe there was a touch move I've missed, or maybe something like this. I just cannot explain. I will tell you what, maybe some thought. Black played this move and just lost. I cannot understand at all what is the meaning of that. What is that? Okay, the game lasted few more moves, right? You are in a knight endgame down 2 pawns. Okay, this is no joke. So this was, I don't know, brain freeze or something, but, well, it definitely cost Black half a point. My maybe tiniest explanation, I'm not certain, and again, I'm baffled. Maybe Black thought that after take, this is losing for Black. Now, I'll tell you something. Black is correct. This is losing for Black. Absolutely correct, right? Let's say Black goes here, trying to have the opposition. White is going to play h4, and that's it, right? King f7, White king is faster, and h5, f5, b6, b5. White is winning this endgame. This is 100% correct. The thing that is not correct is we do not have to capture, right? This is what you study as a as a young kid, right? You do not have to capture. People always think about captures. You do not have to capture. King e7, and this is a draw, right? This is just a draw after stuff like that. Maybe here he miscalculated, I don't know, but he obviously overlooked something. h6 makes a draw. b5, b6, It's a draw. I mean, okay, in this situation, white is the one that needs to fight for the opposition, but okay, it's simple draw. So this is a big mystery. There were only two decisive games. One, Carlsen wiping out Mr. Giri, and this very strange. Now, the opening that I mentioned, I'm not going to upload the new board, I'll just show it. This was a game of Mamederov against Esipenko, and well, it was really funny to see Esipenko face after Mamederov next move. You know, my close friend, chess friend, Grandmaster Timur Garev, I mean, really strong, super creative player, liked to play this g4 in many of the Slav line, Nimzo line, whatever. But here, oh my gosh, I've never seen it, never thought. Mamederov played g4 and as he stood off the board, Esipenko was like smiling, like, are you kidding me? Okay, it was really creative game that ended in a draw, just like the same as Mamederov game yesterday, but like, wow, this is something. I don't know, my opponent played g4, I think I'm just resigning and saying thank you, okay, I'll see you in the next game. Anyway, Esipenko fought and it was an interesting draw. I wonder if we are going to see any more of this g4. Alright, without much more discussions about such moves, let's go and see Carlsen Giri, which I think is really important game for the tournament. Giri has been doing well in Tata Steel for many years. He won one of the previous tournaments, if I remember right, finishing at the top in many. He made a draw yesterday with the lowest rated player of the section, and today, mamma mia. Alright, let's go and see that. Alright, so Catalan, probably not most surprising opening out there. You know, it's such a huge line, knight a3. Okay, up until now, super duper normal, right? I mean, there are some games from this year, online big games, Lee Kwam against Wesley So. I believe Queen c2 was played, which is the very main move in this position. 95 was played by Dubov against Wesley So, also this year in online event. So I mean, all this is kind of normal stuff. Carlsen played a4, okay, and played really quickly. I'm absolutely certain that this opening was Carlsen preparation. Many of the early moves are computer top moves, and he big time outplayed Anish, which is not very standard to outplay Anish in the opening. Okay, so Giri already spent on the next move. He spent a little bit on on bishop c6, few minutes. Knight d7, he spent approximately another 12 minutes, if time is exactly accurate, online time. Okay, Carlsen played automatically. I will mention that I could find only one Grandmaster game in this, one decent player. There are very few games, 3 games in online database, maybe I missed some, but only one Grandmaster game playing against a much weaker opponent, 450 lower rated. The game went bishop d5, which is logical, but okay, after rook fe1, alright, white got the advantage here and beat a much lower rated opponent. Giri played knight d7, rook c1. Again, I believe this is computer top or one of computer's very top moves. Carlsen was in preparation, and for the next move, Giri spent about 30 minutes a6. Yeah, I think bishop d5 is an interesting choice. Rook e1 would be played. But okay, I will say this. I think this is all still acceptable. Carlsen took quite automatically. Now it was the first time that Carlsen spent a bit more than quarter of an hour. Okay, there are several choices. We are not here to analyze this opening. We're gonna leave it to, you know, world champions contenders and their seconds, right? There are enough super strong grandmasters to analyze it deeply. Not going to be me and other. But Queen c3, decent move. Okay, here Giri took with the knight on a4, which I think is, yeah, I think it's a super acceptable move. Bishop take also acceptable, with the main idea after take, knight d5, rook takes b7, bishop c6 is not bad. And if the rook goes back, okay, black has enough counterplay. I mean, maybe rook c1, bishop b5. Technically white has the bishop pair, everything big party, but black is really active, really active. Bishop b5, knight c4. I think black is okay, very okay. So this is interesting. I mean, maybe obviously Magnus had some thoughts, Giri had some thoughts. Well, as I mentioned, we will get to see, I'm certain we will get to see other super strong players fight over this position. Knight takes a4 is okay. Okay, now another big, I think another big decision. White is threatening, obviously, rook take bishop and take, right? So black has two main choices. Either move the knight back, most logical move, or play some queen d5 and bring the queen to the defense. Giri played queen d5. I think knight b6, okay, white, I believe this is what Magnus would have played. I think it is most accurate. I think it's right move. An extremely complicated position, but I believe black should be okay here. Again, most likely the player, or Magnus at least, right? I mean, I think for Giri this was somewhat new. For Magnus, probably, maybe not. Analyze it much deeper, so maybe white somehow better after super duper deep analysis. I think black should be okay here. Yes, white will win the exchange. I don't have any illusions of not giving back material, but I think at the end of the day black will be okay. Will give back some material, reduce the pressure. I think so. I think this was acceptable. But queen d5 is also okay. Rook take, of course. I mean, okay, this is just game over, right? I mean, nothing to look here. Just game over. Queen take, knight e5. Okay, white has one move in this position. Queen c2, of course. I mean, this is a deadly threat. So white has maximum activity. I mean, look at the two bishops, the knight, rook on b1, the b, the c5. Everything goes for white. But white also paid an exchange and a pawn. That's no joke, right? So white has everything active in the position, but he paid. Okay, I think here, you know, this is the moment where Giri lost the game. He played knight d5 after another about, let's call it 13 and a half minutes of thinking, but he really lost. It's really losing the game. I mean, I will say this, it's easy to be home. Well, I don't have anything tasty to eat, so I cannot say I'm eating something tasty. I wish I could say it maybe next round. But okay, drinking some water, maybe some tea, coffee, click on the database, another click on the engine, little bit thinking, and oh, I understand the position. Yeah, in a game it's a bit more difficult, right? Just little bit, especially when you play Carlsen. Still, knight d5 is really losing. Knight b6, the knight is the root of all black problems in this position. Knight back, capture, and now the key move, knight to c4, and after take, black is okay, I believe. I mean, stuff like this is really complicated, but probably okay for black. Queen c6 is a decent choice for white. I believe black can capture and still be okay. Again, I believe so. Maybe it requires much deeper analysis. On the surface, it looks like knight b6 would have been very okay for black, somewhat simplifying some stuff. Knight e5 is not, it's just losing. Carlsen played rook b1, and now Carlsen played a reasonably good move, but not the best. Carlsen took. The idea is just the queen should not take. We will get to discuss it in a second. And if the pawn take, well, I mean, white has everything here. We will see that in a second. What was even better was this bishop e4, man. Okay, threatening checkmate is no joke. No joke. If g6, yeah, now we will take, because this weakening move g6, oh man, this is over. And if knight f6, okay, this is also over. I think bishop e4 was the best move. Again, maybe not easiest move, but I think for Carlsen he should have been playing such a move. Anyway, he took, which is also good. Now, Giri didn't play well the game. I will say this, I think that he was a little bit ambushed, maybe more than a little bit, in the opening, and he was under such pressure that at some point he cracked. Knight d5 was not right. I mean, probably losing move, but or close to losing. The next move really finished the game. Practically, black should have played this way. I understand this is horrible for black. I mean, it looks really bad. But the game is on. The game is on. Yes, I mean, I understand the two pieces are way better than the rook. But okay, it's a rook and two pawns, and I do not see a knockout yet. But of course, the two pieces are so much stronger. And even if it's really bad, what is the alternative? The alternative is... Okay, by the way, this was also a possible move. Also very ugly position. Very ugly. The two pieces are so much stronger than the rook. But it's not over. It's not resigning. It's not resigning. Actually, here it is. This is resigning. It's not bad. It's not very bad. It is game over. I mean, the threat... Okay, bishop b4 is a threat to win. Knight c3, bishop b4. I mean, queen e1. Okay, same story. Giri played c5, and okay, look at this king, right? We mentioned in yesterday video, when we mentioned the move d4 by Carlsen against Esipenko, that the white king was really without defenders. Okay, same story here. Black king has no defenders. Queen f7 was played. Yeah, and I mean, such threats with already smothered mate are out there. Many other winning ideas. Okay, queen d8 was played. I'm not certain if there was anything better than what Carlsen played. But I think it's just good enough, right? Take, check, and just winning. I mean, white is going to be up 2 pawns. Why I say white is going to be up 2 pawns? Because he's just going to win the exchange, like by force. Forget about it. Black cannot prevent losing the exchange, whether it's king g7 or whether not. So they played for a few more moves, but really, I mean, this is not much to see in this game. I guess I don't take. I just go here, something like this, going to the pawn, and yeah, I mean, not too much to see there. Okay, take. Yeah, Nanish decided he had enough. I mean, down 2 pawns, bishop versus knight, everything, you name it. No, this I think is a really ugly game for Giri. I mean, rarely Giri loses such games. rarely he loses in such a way, even against Magnus. I mean, Giri's great opening, always solid. Yesterday he made a draw against the lowest rated player, and we'll see in the next few rounds if Giri can bounces back, and or is it going to be a tournament not that amazing for him. I know it is just one loss, but I think something was not working great at all for him. So okay, after round 2, we're just starting this tournament. Magnus won, he is with 1.5. We have Doda that made a draw today, also with 1.5, and Vidit that won yesterday also made a draw with 1.5, and Big Field with 1 point. And really we are just at the beginning of the tournament. So one strange moment in Rapport game, Van Foist lost this endgame in a strange way, and Carlsen took big revenge against Anish. We will see where it's leading. Alright, well, we're gonna have round 3 tomorrow, so I'll see you then. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.